Hey up folks, you're back again. Yeah, it's a bit of a project to do now. It's another bit of something to make. So I've had this old lump of oak worktop probably for about 6 years or something, sat away there just waiting to be wanted. So we've got a dinette to make for this boat, so I'm using this. This is the table, solid oak table, and it's been cut out, sink cut out of the kitchen fitted, like I say, about 6 years ago. So I want to put it through planer because it's a big lump, and I want to thin it down a bit. We don't need it 40mm thick. And then I've got oak, and once I've thinned it down, squared it all up, we'll put a perimeter around it with oak, and it's been sat there that long. It ain't moving anywhere. It's done all it's moving it's going to do, and it's lamins anyway, so it'll not matter. It'll not move a lot anyway. So what we're on with is that we're making that dinette. It's 2 single seats with a table, and that'll drop down. And we'll make table slightly longer than the seats, so it comes this way forward of the seats, and then you can have a stool on end for third person, because the boat's got, with this, when this drops down and makes a little bed, so you've got 2 adults and a child's bed, so 3 folk can sit down then at table. So that's what we're on with anyway. So I'm going to bang that through plane. I'm going to thin it down. It's got a bit of a cup in it, so we'll get rid of that. It's not much, a couple of mils. So it's stable, that. So we're going to do this first because it can be glued up and just sat there waiting to be used. It get a chance to settle down. If I'll plane it, and before I actually put any more timber on it, we'll let it settle down for a week or something. Right, we'll get through planer. Come on. Right, so we've knocked it down to 32mm thick. It was about 42. Just don't need it that thick, and it's too heavy. People lift up and down, so it drops down and makes the bed. You don't need it that thick. So we've got this all planed up to the same thickness. All I'm going to do now is leave it for a week or something, and then I'll have a look at edging it. I'll put this all the way around it. We'll end up what we got. 540 width, which is fine for what we want actually. Seats are 600 wide. Might be too long, but we'll have a look at that. We'll cut it to suit once we got the seats in there, and we know exactly what length we want. That's it anyway. So I'm going to put that back in office where it's just a bit warm. We don't want it in here. It's damp. There's dampness in the air now and everything. So go back in there. Can sit there for a week. Can sort it set out. If it wants to move a bit, it will do. I don't think it will do at all. Anyway, that's it for now. Morning folks, Andy here. Welcome back. Below decks again today in the workshops. So what I'm just currently doing is cut some board, and I'm just putting edging on it. So I need to get rid of some of the raw edges, so just this stuff, which is new to me because it's just self-adhesive, and I thought I've only ever had it that you iron on, and this stuff you just stick on. I don't know how good it is, but it doesn't matter that much because actually what we're making, it won't affect anything because it's going to be clad over with timber. So I'm basically making this dinette, which you'll have a look if you can see it with the light. I'm afraid it's the light's a bit poor in the morning. So I've drawn that out to scale, and that's the dinette. So I've got basically a box each side, the table which we've just been machining. That's the leg down, and then it goes on a platform here. So the whole lot's raised up 140mm, and that gives you sort of a better height for that side hatch. But the side hatch comes here. Yeah. So I'm going to make them boxes there. They get cladded over with timber on that side and on along this side where your legs go. That's your cushion, which is 3 inches, 75mm, and then that drops down. We'll have a timber on here, and that table will drop down, catch that, and then the whole lot, the backrests, and that will just fold in and make a bed there. Right, so that's what I'm on with now. Right, I've just done the last one. I forgot to press record on the camera, so I didn't get that. I was going to show putting it on, but it's stuck down anyway. I don't think it's as good as the iron-on stuff at all. But anyway, it doesn't really matter for what we want. So, right, we've got 2 ends. And a front and a back. So they're going to be fastened like that. So I've edged that, but I've not edged that front and back sides. So now what we're going to do, we're going to pocket all them, as these will never be seen again. So we'll do them on the outside, then we've got a nice clean inside because this will become a big storage box. Right, so we'll get the jig out and we'll do the pocket holes. Okay, so we're going to stick 3 screws in each one of them. We're not doing any measuring. All I'm doing is using the edge of this jig as my reference for that corner. And then you can pick either of those 2 holes, whichever you want to use. We'll use the so we get the furthest away. That's it. 2 boxes glued up. So we'll leave them half an hour to set up, and we can start machining some timber because we've got to blank this one side in and one front. The back and that side doesn't matter, they're out of sight. That's against the side of the boat, that's against the bulkhead. So all we're doing is an L, dressing that up. Then it will come up above there, the solid timber. We'll come up 10mm. Sorry, right. On top of there, in there, we're going to now have a lid, and the timber will come up above that. Okay, so we've machined some timber up. So that's the height. That's going to be the seats in on the top, so it goes up another 20mm. Then we're basically having a frame around here, and we'll stick it up above there 10mm. Just stop cushions falling off. So we've got the side, the outside side, and then the front of each one where your legs dangle over, and then we'll have a panel in the middle of that. So that's what it's going to be made like. It's simple, just easy joinery. You could even join this up with the pocket hole screws if you wished, or the biscuits, which is the way I'm going. I use biscuits. It needs rebate in here to take the panel, so we'll get the stuff sorted out and we'll get that done. Right, I've run the timber and rebated all that one edge, so the panels are going to go in. We're going to make them into like picture frames, so the panels will sit over there and they're a couple of mil shy up back, so they sit flush up. So to do these, we're going to mitre all these corners, biscuit it, put it in a string clamp, and make it into a picture frame. I've got it all drawn out here, my measurements, so I can take all my measurements off there, and then we'll draw it out on that side, so it's exactly the same, just take all the measurements off there. Right, so I've got some measurements there, 375, 260, that's to the internal of the angles. So I'll cut the first one like that, then we'll set a stop up, we'll cut the whole lot the same. Right, so we've biscuited the corners, so we've got one biscuit in each corner. We tie them together all nice and flat. We've got a string clamp, we're going to glue them up. So that's it, rebated on the back for the panel. All nice and flush, and then that's the end one for there. I'll get these four made up and come back when they're all done. Right, just cut a piece of board for that one. We've got this one done, and that's the insert. That's how it's going to look. Bead and butt, and then the same on there. So that's how the unit will look on the outside when it's finished. So inside you won't see it, the white or anything, till you lift the lid up and you want to use the space in there. So I'm going to get this glued in, get that one glued in, and then these are just going to screw in from the back. And the beauty of it is, if they do get damaged, it's not a lot to replace. You can just unscrew them, make new ones and put them on. So I need to cut that to width for that, so that's my next job. That's what I'll go do now. Okay, so we've got the big one cut now. Have a look. Panel drops in there. Side on. Look at that. That's how she goes. Stop there. Come in. So that's how it's going to go. That's going to overlap that edge there. And we've rounded both arms to that joint off, so it's a feature. But if you can't hide a joint, emphasise the joint. That's it, that'll look fine, that. So I'll get these panels glued in, and then I've got the other two there ready to come out the clamps, blow them up, cut the board for the top, the melamine for the top, and we'll edge that, and basically that'll be it for there, because then the cushion goes on top, etc. So to get them done, I'll make the base for it, and it's all sat on, it's 140mm off at deck, so it lifts everything up 140mm, and that'll be that for now. We'll have to get the boarding in the boat. Because this is storage, I might make a couple of slidable boxes that will go in here, so different things can go in. We'll split it up somehow anyway, so you don't just bung everything in and it's all sat on top of each other. So right, I'll get another two to this stage, and then we'll screw them on, make the lids. See you in a minute. Right, I've had a change of plan there. I was going to lip these with that edging. I don't trust it. It don't stick that well. It's just going to come off. So what we'll do, we'll just ease all them edges, took Harris off and round the handles, and I'll just varnish them, because that'll set solid then, makes the MDF go solid, and it'll not get knocked off and look a mess out. Because obviously people are going to pick this up, put them down, put stuff in, so it's going in and out, and it'll end up getting all it'll end up getting knocked off. So basically that's the lid in place. Then you've got 75mm, 3 inches of cushion on top of that. That's what we look like, and that's that for now anyway. That's so much we need to do for now with that. But in here, it's just a big hole. I'm wondering whether to put 2 runners along here, one each side, and then make a tray that sits in. It's going to be so deep. Make a tray that sits in like half of this, half the width, so a tray half the width there, and you can move it from side to side and put things below it. We might have a look at something like that. Otherwise, if you just put stuff in there, it's all going to be piled in. But then again, it might need to be like that to put a duvet in and all that. So I don't know. What do you think? What's the best way? Leave it as one big open unit, or put a tray in it or something like that you can move from side to side and lift out, etc. So anyway, So they're alright, look, pleased with them. I'll get the other one done, there's no point in showing you that, you've seen this one. So I'll get the other one done. It's about end of day now, and it's getting dark. It's 4 o'clock, it's closing down out there. It's never brightened up all day in here. So I've had lights on and off all day. So, right, that's first bit of that done. Next time we'll make the base that it's going to sit on, and we'll put it in and we'll have a look what we've got. And then I think we'll be putting some boards on walls in there. So I've made the other unit I need for in there. I don't think I need to make another unit in kitchen. And maybe one go on wall, but we'll make that up as we go along. We'll have a look. So anyway, that's it, folks, for now. And thanks everybody, liking, subscribing, and leaving comments and that. I do appreciate people's opinions, and you know, I do listen, and any advice, I'm listen to that. Alright then, I'll see you all later. Ta-ra!